Good evening, everybody. Welcome tonight. This is Ask Tisha, session number 2. And today we're going to talk about Facebook profiles and how to clean them up and just some tips in order to clean up your Facebook profile as well as some of your other social media profiles. Now, as always, when you come in, make sure you're checking in. Let me know where you're representing, where you're at, because I always love to see who's watching me. So now the reason why I decided to go ahead and actually do this was because I see a lot of people's profiles. I see what they look like. And, some people sit there and say they're business professionals. And this, of course, will work for any business that you're in. It doesn't necessarily have to be a network marketing. This can be a retail business. This can be something that you're doing online at home. But you know what? We need to be a little bit more professional if we want people to take us seriously when we start talking about our Facebook profile. So some of the reasons that I'm going to tell you are going to be it's going to be some of the things are going to be really simple. Some of the things I'm going to tell you are going to be like, oh, I never thought of that. So the reason why you want you to do this is because when you try to combine your personal life with your profile and your business with your profile, it can get a little confusing. But one of the things you want to do is, keep it simple. First of all, keep it very simple. You definitely don't want to try to create 2 profiles. I know some people who have done that where they've created a totally separate Facebook personal page. And the reason why I say not to do that is because you have to start building your network all over again, because now you're at 0 when you just left 3,500 people. And now you're over there scrambling to try to get these 3,500 people to now like your new business profile page. And they might think that, this is a fake one. They might report it because, people's profiles on Facebook get stolen all the time. But one of the things you want to start out with is you need to know your audience. You need to keep in mind what your potential customers want to see on your profile, what your potential new network, your new friends, as you're adding new people, because it says social media, you should be growing your network outside of the people you're already talking to. Now, you want to fill out your profile sections, and I'm going to show you a profile in a minute because we were supposed to have somebody did volunteer. I'm not sure if he'll be able to make it, but he did volunteer for me to go through his Facebook profile. And if anybody here wants me to go through their Facebook profile and give a review, definitely just let me know in the comments and I'll go ahead and through. Now, you want to keep the content on your profile page as relevant to the business that you're a part of. Now, I'm not saying necessarily be spammy about it, but you want to make sure that the theme of whatever it is that your business is about or what your life is about is to make sure that it's relevant and it makes sense. Now, of course, I said it before, you want to keep things simple. Being simple is best. You don't need a bunch of gadgets and extra photos and all a bunch of graphics and gifs. I can tell you right now, if you're somebody that likes to post a lot of memes, you're going to have to stop because it doesn't look professional to have all these crazy different memes. If you're a person that likes to post all of these news reports and this is going on in the world, that's going on into the world. Again, you may have to stop doing that because people may not want to see all of that on your page. And I know for a fact when people start posting some of them crazy news stuff, I snooze them. And that's the worst thing you want to do is to have your Facebook profile snooze for 30 days by somebody because you never know how you can connect with them. Now, again, appearance is everything when it comes to your profile. Now, when you go to your job and you see a traditional office setting, you often make sure that your desk looks professional, looks presentable. You might have a couple of family pictures up there. You have a calendar, maybe a cute little holiday card that you love. Some people have maybe like a candle warmer or just little something just to kind of like shows your personality, but at the same time they're keeping it professional. Now the same thing goes for your name as well as your profile picture. If your name on your profile is not something that is close to your name, you need to change it. It is okay to have a nickname in it, but I've seen some names where it says Ebony Yo Lovin' Brown Sugar Jones. That's not professional at all. It should be something very simple, very easy for people to find. So if people want to search you, they can find you easily. Now, yes, if your name is something that is very common that you've seen that when you search yourself, there's a whole bunch of them, then yes, you might want to add something to it just so it can stand out. So when you say, hey, go look for my page, it's Tisha Lady. Oh, it's Tisha Lady Spencer. That way they know to look for the lady and the Spencer, so they know specifically it's me. But you know what helps even more? Having a good picture of your face. Now, I see a lot of people who do pictures and it's not that the pictures are bad, but we can't see you. I see people who have pictures and they look like they're 2 miles away, or there's 3, 4 people in the picture. If somebody's scoping out your profile page trying to figure out who you are, especially if you sent an invite or they're thinking about inviting you, and they can't figure out who you are, which person is who, we have a problem. Ladies, now you all know you've had those conversations with those guys and they want to send you a picture and there's 4 guys in the picture and you're like, so which one are you? And you hope it's the cute one. And most of the time it's not. But those are some of the things that you want to make sure that your profile picture is clean. You want to have no glasses on, no hats, no nothing. Now, this is great for people who are just getting started, building their network and, building their following. Now, I know some of you might sit here and say, well, my upliner, this person, they're not showing their face. I want to ask you, are they well known? Are they known just by their silhouette? And we all know people who are known like that. You want to make sure that you're not trying to follow a big hat when you're still a little hat. And we're going to have training on that soon. Now, next thing you want to make sure that you do is learn about privacy settings and use them. One of the big things you definitely need to do is you need to go into your Facebook, go into your privacy setting and close your friends list down. Basically, what that means is nobody should be able to see your friends list unless they are already mutual friends. Now, the reason why we say this is because you have some people who will try to become friends with you. They might be fellow network marketers. You have something in common. And what they do is they start going through your Facebook page. They start going through your friends list. They start connecting with them, adding them as friends. Because some people say, oh, so-and-so. Oh, we're really good friends. So you must be good. And they'll automatically add them. And then they start prospecting them. Stop all of that by blocking off your friends list. So right now, you can only see my friends list if you are friends with that specific person. Otherwise, you don't see anything. Now, the second thing I want to talk about, this is 4A, about the privacy settings. Make sure you have it set up so people can follow you. Not everybody needs to be your friend on Facebook. Now, when we have, like for me, and everybody knows, and some people get mad about it, but if you're in the business with me, just follow my page. 95% of everything I post on my Facebook page is public. There's not that much that I post that is for friends. And sometimes I do post just a certain networks, but I'll talk about that later in a different training when we start talking about how to sort your friends on your Facebook profile so you don't spam everybody. Now, change your profile, your settings on your system so people can follow you. Ask people to follow you on Facebook if they're a business partner versus trying to take up the space of a potential prospect, somebody who might be family, or if you're in a sorority or fraternity, you may have certain people that you want to add. Now, I'm not saying that you should not add business partners by far, because there are certain business partners you want to add because it's a give and take situation. You never just want to add people because they want to take from you your knowledge, your experience, and things of that nature, but you want to make sure that as much as they take, they're also giving as well. You want to make sure it's a two-way street and it's a very mutual situation. Now that your profile is starting to look good, and I'm going to show you what mine looks like. You want to use your network to leverage your Facebook page ability to show what you can do. You want to start establishing connections with former and current friends. There are some people on your timeline that you may have fallen off with, you may not have spoken to. Once you start communicating with them, send them a message and say, hey, how are you? What's going on? Look at their profile page just to figure out what to say to them so you can spark up a conversation. Because what you want to do is, yes, it is great that you have all these people on your timeline, but aren't you tired of seeing the same people on your timeline all day, every day? I know I get tired of seeing the same people every day, all day. If you get tired of seeing that, please throw the thumbs up sign, because I know some of you are. But what you want to do is, as you grow your network and start reconnecting with some of your different member friends on Facebook, whether they're coworkers, fraternities, sorority members, current friends, church members, things like that, it will change your timeline after a while, because now you're communicating with different people. Now, you want to make sure that when you set up your profile, when you set up like your jobs and stuff, I see some people who literally list everything and they start from, I came out of my mama's womb in 1985. Then I went to first grade. I went to second grade. Oops, I fell and busted my foot. Oh, I tied my shoe. They got everything listed on there. You don't need everything. Now, all you need to do is basically show off the key things that it's going to be important and relevant and important to, I can't say that word, important to your business that you're trying to market and who your target market is trying to be. So yes, if you are part of a Greek organization, of any type of Greek organization, yes, I would put that in there. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my profile right now, and I'm going to show you what my profile looks like. That way you can see what I'm talking about, and I'm going to go over it a little bit more. Give me a second as I pull it up. Gotta love Be Live, everybody. If you don't have Be Live, you need to go ahead and get Be Live. It's a great tool to have. So here we go. So now you should be able to see the screen. Give me some thumbs up if you can see the screen. This is what my profile looked like. Now, prior to me cleaning up my profile, I had a whole lot of stuff in my intro. Now, your intro should not sit there and say anything about your business. You should not say, hi, my name is Sam, and I sell Mary Kay products. Don't you need some lipstick today? Nobody wants that, because the moment you look like you're trying to sell them on something is the moment that they go on to the next profile and go do something else. You want to give them something about you. As you see on mine, it lets you know, yes, I am an entrepreneur. Yes, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a traveler, and I'm a social media and travel coach. And I'm enjoying life one plate at a time, because guess what? I'm a foodie. So that was my fun way of letting people know that I love food and I enjoy my life through food. Now, some other things you may notice on here is my profile picture. Now, I don't change my profile picture very often. I think the last time I changed it may have been maybe 3 months ago, and I was only a temporary change to celebrate Memorial Day. Your profile picture should be of you up front and up close in front so they can see you, because what happens is when you start going to events, so say you're talking to somebody on social media and you're planning a meetup to actually talk about the business or go get coffee or whatever, but they can't tell who you are because they can't see your face. So when you get to the event, they're looking around like, is that her? I'm not sure, because they can't see your face. And there are tons of people that I'm friends with right now in my business whose profile picture, I don't know who they are when I see them in real life, because their profile picture is dark, it's blurry, they're far away, there's multiple people in the picture. So I really don't know who people are until they tell me their names. And you really want people to be able to recognize you when they see you, because the response is going to be definitely different. Now, on here, I do not have my full-time job on here. Why? There's no need for my full-time job to be on here, because I am not here for my full-time job. And there's other reasons why you shouldn't have your full-time job on there as well, but we're not going to discuss that right now. Now, I do have up there the businesses that I'm in, but if you notice, I don't say the business name. You can go through my page. I very, very, very rarely mention the business names. Now, there's certain reasons why we don't do that. We don't want to mention the business name because people want to come to see you and not come to see an ad. So I want y'all to be able to understand this clearly. So I'm going to take this on screen share real quick, just to explain something. When people sit there and say, when they go on there and people have their Facebook page up and everything you talk about is the company, guess what people do? They go to Google, they search the company, they come up with their own ideas about the business, about the opportunity, about the product, and they go get it someplace else. I literally had somebody one time hit me up in an inbox and tried to sell me some healthcare product. And when I was asking them about it, they gave me the information immediately and then was like, well, why don't you buy it from me? Then I was on a computer, but I can get it from GNC. I said, why would I buy it from you when I can go to GNC around the corner and pick it up? See, now that's when you start problems. You start immediately tell them what the product is, what the service is, because that is just what we do. We go out there and try to figure out how we can get it on our own without having to go through you. Now, if you're doing this to prospect, it's more about them wanting to work with you and be a part of your team, not be a part of your business. You don't want to go ahead and brand the business on your page. Now, some of you are probably sitting there right now looking at me talking about, wait a minute, hold on, stop. My upline does this, the top income earner does this, the number one does this, the number three does this. But guess what? They're number one, they're the top, and the number threes. You are not even in the top 100 more than likely. You might be not even in the top 1,000. So you need to brand yourself the same way they branded themselves before they got up there. They're a big hat. You're a little hat. So you don't want to go out there and turn around and brand your Facebook page to look like it's a business page. You don't want to sell the business. You want to sell yourself is what you're really trying to do. So we're going to go back and I'm going to reshare my page again. Hopefully this is some good information. If you're watching this and you find that this is some really good, helpful information, definitely send me some likes, send me some loves, and let me know what's going on. So this is my page. And as you go through my page, you see I do mention I'm a part of Zeta Phi Beta sorority. I let them know where I live. I let them know where I'm from. Why? Because I might run into people on. He's like, hey, I'm from the Bronx. What part of the Bronx you from? Then I might run into people that say, oh, I'm in Washington. Oh, okay, great. She's close. She's somebody that I could work with. Now, there's some other tricks that I can show you, but I'm not going to show you now. But I'm going to show you how to find your friends who live in different parts of the country that you might be traveling to or targeting to, all from changing where you live. But that's going to be another training. So you're going to have to keep up with me and my weekly trainings. Now, it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to share your marital status. I only chose to do it because it doesn't really matter to me. Some people hide it because they don't want people to know. And that's perfectly fine. It doesn't really play a big deal when it comes to your business. I chose to put how to pronounce my name because everyone pronounces it incorrectly. And it gives us something fun on their page. So it's not just all cut and dry. It gives them something fun. It's something to stick on your page a little bit longer. And as you can see, I have over 1,400 followers. And then it's also letting you know which pages I manage, and they can actually click on those pages to go to those groups, which is great because if you have a prospecting group, if you have a travel group, if you have a paparazzi group, a weight loss group, and you're managing it, it's right there. And it gives them a quick access to go ahead and be able to see what you're doing, learn about the stuff that you're talking about, and things of that nature. Now, one of the things that you have to think about is the fact that it should be sharing. Okay, if it's not sharing, someone just said that they can't see the screen. Not sure why you can't see the screen. Okay, on my side, let me see if I'm doing it right from Be Live. Did I? Oh, people, I'm so sorry. I haven't used Be Live screen share in so long. I forgot to put it into the broadcast. I'm so sorry. So we're going to go ahead and solo this out. Thank you for letting me know that you could not see my screen. Technology, gotta love it. So again, here's my page. Hopefully you caught everything that I was saying. Clean profiles. You want to make sure it's just your face. As you can see, I do have a cover photo. I created this cover photo on Canva. You can do whatever you want. Now, your cover photo can be your, it could be you and a bunch of other people. It could be, if you're into makeup, maybe you have a picture of a makeup desk or some brushes, but you want to keep it simple. You don't want to make it scammy. And yes, what I have is okay. You can have maybe a digital business card with some information on it. You don't necessarily want to have your business name, the company's name, or anything like that, but you want to give them an idea of what you are. Now, this essentially you can change whenever you want. I don't change it very often, partly because I think about it a lot and I want to make sure that people can actually see it and it's something educational. But you want to make it something fun. I just chose it because one, I love this picture of me, so I like to use it as much as I can. So as you go through your profile, as you can see in this section over here, as you can see me going live on my time screen because I just turned it into a watch. One of the things that I use, and if anybody wants this picture here, make sure you send me a message and I'll send this picture to you. Now, what you want to do is when people come to your page, you want them to follow and set to see first. The reason why we're telling people to do this is because, for one, they don't need to join your page. They don't need to be friends with you to see everything if you do everything public. And two, this increases your followers. Three, see first means that whenever you post, guess what? They see it first on their timeline. And I have a couple of people like that, so I don't miss any of their posts. Again, if you want to go ahead and get this and have this sent to you, just make sure you send me a message after the presentation is over. Now, these pictures that I have here, you only need to have a couple of pictures, and it's really just so people can get an insight of who you are. So if you're into makeup, maybe you'll have a picture of you with a makeup brush putting some makeup on. Maybe it's a picture of you do makeup. It's a picture of you doing somebody's makeup, accomplishments, things you want people to know. Some people put up their family. I change this pretty often. I do kind of change it pretty often just based off what's going on in my life right now, what's going on with the business and things of that nature. But sometimes I'll have pictures of food up there because everybody knows I'm a foodie. There's just different things. Some people have their family or some pictures of them and their husband, their wife, their kids, maybe them sitting at a beach, or if they're doing into makeup, maybe some pictures of them in makeup. What you don't really want to have up there necessarily is sales. You don't want to have promotions. It's okay to put up like how I have one of my promotions up there. Yes, I have that up there. That's probably not going to stay up there too much longer because we're getting into the summer, and I want to put something summery, my word, and fun up there. Now, as you go through my profile is pretty simple. It's pretty simple. I have some. You can see my friends. That's the only reason you can see my friends is my you can see photos. You can see my friends. The only reason you can see my friends the way I see it is because this is my page and I'm looking at my page. So you get to see all of the friends that I have on here. Now, it's really important. It's really important that when you do your post, you want to make sure that when you do the post right here, where it says your friends, that was not a public post. So my followers could not see this. Only those who I have marked as my friends. So you want to go ahead and, keep things simple, done. You see my videos, but you see interaction, but what you don't see is you don't see the business on here. You don't see any flyers or anything from the business per se in here. Now, yeah, I do support other people and their journeys. She's really excited about these products working for her. And it is okay to support your friends on your page as long as it's not in a way that contradicts with your business. She's just giving a testimony and she's giving praise. Now, some of the things you want to look at when you are posting on your page is you want to make sure that you're not doing anything kind of spammy. Now, I'm going to show you something. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not sure if you should be able to see this. I'm going to double check to make sure that you can see what I'm looking at, because I want to show you some of the things that could make your Facebook profiles look spammy. So I'm going to change what you can see. Hold on a second as we do this. I tell you, I love Be Live. If you feel right now that the information that you are getting is if it's good information, if you're getting value from it, please let me know in the comments below if you're getting any value from anything that I am definitely showing you. So we're going to go here. I'm going to make sure that you can see this on the screen because I messed that up the first time. Okay, here we go. So what we have here is a Word document, and hopefully this is showing up correctly. What we have here is a Word document. Now, in this Word document, it's showing you of what a spammy Facebook profile looks like. Now, this is something that you definitely don't want to do. Why? Because it has a company name. Book your party. You're soliciting your people and you're telling them you're a consultant of this company. Now, please let me know if you can see this thing because, the replay, up there it is. I see it showing up. Great. Perfect. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that now, if you take off the company X, book your party today, company consultant, take all of that off and just have some makeup up there, that's fine. That's not spammy because you're not telling them to do nothing. You're not doing any CTAs or anything. You're just showing them exactly what you are, what you do. Now, how many of you actually see one of the biggest problems that's on this spammy post right here? Can y'all tell me what you think the biggest problem is? Go ahead and put it in the comments. But I'm going to tell you what it is. The join my team. Because right there now, you just became an ad. You're just soliciting for people to join your team. Now, what you can do is do something like this. You have a good, clean picture. You have your name and a nice background. Now, again, if you're in makeup, that picture is fine. Just take everything off of it. If you're in weight loss, take a picture of you at the gym that you could post up. Maybe if you go to CrossFit, take a picture of you at CrossFit with a group of your people. What you want to do is you want people to follow your page. You want people to add you as a friend and to stay on your page long enough to want to do it. You want to make sure that it looks like a cool friend that you want to have. Now, here's something that I see all the time on Facebook, Instagram. Make sure your posts are authentic content. One, stop sharing other people's posts. When I mean sharing, I mean literally hitting the share button and putting it on your page. Take the time to take the picture yourself, copy the words, and repost it and twist it up so it makes like it sound like it's coming from you. And guess what? Don't do it immediately. Wait like a day or so, because guess what? If one person shared this, I guarantee you hundreds of other people do it, especially if you're sharing from somebody who's considered a top hat. Now, you want to make sure that you have pictures like your life, quotes that you like. Like most of y'all know, in the morning, either in my stories or my Facebook page, I post a motivational post, or I post a post that basically says, get your butt in gear type stuff. Anything really that's going to connect with people, as I have here. Now, some people post one post every 6 days about your business. Some people post maybe twice a day about your business. It kind of depends on your business. If your business is something like makeup, you probably can get away with posting about makeup without necessarily talking about your business. The same thing with weight loss. Like, for instance, somebody who is in weight loss can talk about and do a post about it, their lunch shake that they just made, and do a picture about the shake and the pictures of the ingredients that they have. And they said, "Ooh, this strawberry banana was yummy, especially with that extra acai juice." You don't have to mention your business and everything you do. Like this here, when you do a post like this, where you just have the 50% off online purchases, you just became, guess what, people? Say it with me, an ad. Now, basically, all you really see is buy from my site. Please do not put your links on your site. Oh my God, it drives me so nuts when I see people put their links. If you're going to use a link, if you have to use a link, at least get a redirect link so it doesn't just look like www.yourcompany.com/your username, because one, not professional. Two, it does not make you look unique and to stand out. And three, and many of you may not realize this, it really does mess up your algorithm when you just put links up there and post like this. It lowers it and less people will see it. Now, this is an example of a really good curiosity post. You want people to be curious about what you do and not know everything that you do up front. There are some people who post about several businesses that I have no clue what they're about. But look at this post. She's sitting at a desk. She has a book out. She's taking some notes, and she's just saying something simple. Thinking, my lucky stars today, I no longer have to commute 1 hour to work in the rain, sleet, or snow. Being able to work where and when I want to is the ultimate freedom. Now, we don't know what she does. We don't know what she's doing. All we know is she just gave up an hour commute each way to get to and from work, and she's working from home. What is she doing? And that's what we want people to start sitting there and saying, what are we doing? What are you doing? Now I'm going to go ahead and stop this one and stop this one. So you should be clicking back to me in a second. So basically, the reason why I decided, again, for those of you who are jumping in late, make sure you let me know where you are. Make sure where you are and what's going on. Alice says that she uses a business page for business posts. Now, here's the thing about that. You may use your business page for business posts, but one of the things you have to understand is that your network is not on your business page. So you may have 666 likes on your business page, but your Facebook profile page has 4,500 people on it. If there's 4,500 people on there versus 667, we're just going to get more exposure. But here's a tip for you, Alice. Go ahead and share your business page posts to your Facebook timeline. That way it shows up. If they click, comment, or do anything, it'll go back towards your Facebook page. That is a little trick. Just like how my live today is off of my Facebook business page, it is on a watch party on my timeline so I can maximize both of my networks that I have there. The post example, I actually closed it down already. I already closed it down, but that was an example for you to use for your personal business page. Now, some of the things I want to go ahead and wrap up with you is to let you know that why you should do this. I'm gonna go over this a little bit more, and then we're gonna wrap it up. And then I'm going to have something else, one more thing for you to do for me. Now, engagement is important, and your profile picture is going to say a lot, because you got to remember what your profile picture looks like shows up in every single post you do all over social media, all over Facebook, every group page, everything you do, that picture is associated. You want to make sure that it's a great thing, but you want people to start engaging with you, because Engagement leads to starting more conversations. And guess what? More conversations lead to a deeper relationship, which deeper relationships lead to more prospects and a higher conversion rate. And that's what we want. We want to build relationships. And we all know, we look at people's profiles to decide. There we go. Sorry. I don't know what happened. Okay, so the picture should be coming back. I don't know what happened. But basically, one of the reasons a lot of people think that your timeline and everything and the posts that you're doing, some people think that, oh, I'm not posting the right stuff, I'm not posting enough. And you know what it is? Let me see this picture. Did it catch up? It didn't catch up yet. I'm still here. Hopefully there it is. Okay. Because you know on Facebook there's a delay. So I wanted to make sure that the picture came back again. So one of the things you want to talk about is the fact that, a lot of people sit here and say, I'm not getting as many likes, I'm not getting as many comments as I used to. Well, what's going on? Truth bomb. Your friends and followers are spread thin. The newsfeed is no longer just the place where you share your thoughts and post pictures. Now you have stories, you have live videos, just like we're doing now, IGTV, because Facebook owns IG. You have Facebook watch parties, which is what some of you might be watching this on. Now you have groups and so many different ways on your news feed and different things coming in. So many places for people to follow up what you've been up to now. It's no longer just go to the person's Facebook to see what's going on. They can see everything from everywhere. So now, your friends used to go to your wall and say, what are you up to today? They can choose their favorite way to consume your content. And that was it. But now with social media, there's so many different things going on. So what I want to tell you to do is, and this is some bonus information right now, follow the trends. You notice stories are taking over. And for those of you who don't know what a story is, when you go to your messenger, you can add to your story, or you can we can add to your story. And when you do your post, sometimes you have the ability to share this to your story too. And did you know your Facebook business page has its own storyline, and a lot of the groups do? You can put as many things in your storyline as you want to. It'll sit there for 24 hours, but you're going to get a lot more engagement. Now, what I want everybody to do is test this out. I want you to post a picture on your newsfeed, right? Your newsfeed, put a great picture up with some comments on it and everything. Now, I want you to do that same thing to your story. Put the same picture up, same time. Which do you think is going to get more engagement? Give it about 10 hours. See what happens and which gets more engagement. Stories are performing better. On Facebook, you get a circle around your profile picture, which gets people's attention. And then the features are expanding, and you can now do a story on Instagram too and share it automatically to Facebook. How many of y'all knew that? That you can put a story on IG and it goes to FB. Some say that might hurt your engagement, but you know what? Play around with it. I find it easier, especially if you're on the go and you're a busy type of person. It makes it easier. People get to see stuff. And guess what? You have different networks on IG and Facebook. So why not hit all of them? Now, definitely what you want to do is educate your audience. Facebook recently changed the notifications inside of a lot of the groups because there's so many people talking, so many things going on. So people only see the highlights of what's going on your group, because some of you actually have really good business-based groups, hobby groups, and things like that. You want to get them to try to turn it on to all posts. Now, not everyone is going to do that, but you don't want people to miss anything that's happening in any of your groups. Now, for business pages, they need to click the follow button and then notifications all on so they don't miss it. With some of you may have noticed that you may have 675 likes, but you only have 600 followers, because not all of your likers are following everything you do. Now, you want them to do this so they can keep up, get the engagements, and you don't miss out on anything. Now, one of the key things, and we're definitely going to have a class on this as well, is you need to have some kind of call to action, a CTA, or call to comment, a CTC, in all of your posts. Now, you have to make sure that when you post on your feed, you say things like, let me know in the comments, may not work all the time, especially when you do it on a actual post versus a live. Now, going live and using urgent to drop me the word replay if you're watching the replay. They say it doesn't work as well, but I find that it does for me. I tell people to hashtag replay just so I can see when they're watching. But the algorithm is forever changing, it's forever growing. So no, things is always going to change. But you know what? It's really about that call to action, or that call to comment. You want to start making them more meaningful. And we're going to talk about this in another training. I might start doing these every day. I don't know. It just depends on the type of interaction that we keep getting. Now, if you are watching this on replay, tell me what your number one goal is right now when it comes to XYZ and whatever the topic is. That's a great call to comment to get people to engage. Because guess what? The more people engage with any of your posts on your timeline, any of your Facebook lives, even your stories, you can do this, the better it is for your algorithm, and it'll pop up higher in people's timelines. Now, have fun with it. Experiment, test things out, see what works best for you and for your audience. For my audience, telling them to go ahead and hit hashtag replay works for people. Trying to wave to people, and Facebook won't let me wave no more. Oh well. Now, these are some of the things that you want to talk about. Now, what I want to go ahead and say is I hope everybody is getting ready for the 4th, is ready to have fun, is going to barbecue, hang out with your friends, travel, do whatever that you want to do. But what I have for those of you who are watching, I'm going to go ahead and do 2 things for you. What I'm going to do is, if you are a network marketer in this world, no matter what your business is, what your industry is, it doesn't matter to me. But what I want you to do is, if you want to go ahead and get some more help and some more tips, I have 6 social media tips for you. It's only 6, but you know what? These are fire. These are definitely going to help you. And these are things that I'm actually using, incorporating in my business. And it's 6 steps. Come on now. Who can't handle 6 steps to change your profile, change your network marketing, and to change your whole business? If this is something that you definitely want to do, I want you to go ahead and send me a message. But in this message, you have to be specific. Not only must you tell me you want those 6 social media tips in order to blow your business up, let me know what your business is. Because you know what? I like connecting with other network marketers. Now, here's the catch. I'm only going to do that for the next 10 people that hit my inbox. Only for the next 10 from when I get off. So if you send me a message while I'm still live, doesn't count. But go ahead, hit me up, and definitely in the comments below, let me know what topics that you want me to talk about, whether it's about call to actions, how to do better lives. I have a couple of things that I have in my roster I'm thinking about doing. Some of these lives will be on my page and some of them will be here. But let me know what it is that you need help with, what you want to learn about how to grow your business. And if you're not in a business, definitely hit me up and let me know how I can help you get started in your business of choice. Again, first 10 people to go ahead and hit me up is going to get those 6 social media steps. And with that, I'm going to say good night and see you later.